Here we go. I'm pretty sure everybody just looked at this and says x equals what?
2.
X equals what?
2.
2. Thank you. X equals 2. Anybody having an issue with that? We're adding 5 to both sides. Everybody happy? Good? All right, number 2. How do we handle a fraction? We say we what? Multiply by the reciprocal. Thank you very much. So the reciprocal here would be 3 over 2. Now, again, the reason why we do 3 over 2 is because these do what to each other? They cancel. They cancel. All right? So x is equal to, now I always try to tell kids divide first, right? So, final answer. Who's got it? What is it? Negative 27. Good. Come on. You can get involved. Come on. No funny business. I'm not in funny business. Shh. Yes, you're being funny. Okay, so we're going to do 18 divided by 2. What's 18 divided by 2? 9 times 3. Right? If we wanted to, we could have said 18 times 3 is 54. 54 divided by 2 is 27. But obviously, it's easier to divide first and then multiply. All right? Super, super important. Make sure you have that. Everybody, Hubble, are you with me on that? Now, Hubble, I want you asking questions. Get involved. Come on, man. We got a big day on Thursday. I mean it. Speak up. Leighton, what?
How did you get negative?
Okay, see this? See what he's asking me? Right? Come on. Stay with me. Divide first. What's 18 divided by 2?
9.
9 times 3. Now you're with me, right? Is that good or not?
Okay.
Right? Remember, the fraction bar means divide. The fraction bar means divide. Does it matter which one you divide first? No, it doesn't. All right? Good?
Yeah, I get it.
All right, thank you. Let's go. Number 5. Now, again, this is just, do you remember how to do decimals? All right? So I think we're just subtracting 1.75, right? So you should be able to tell me x is equal to 0.65. Thank you very much. I know what some of you meant. All right, just be careful. 0.65. Thomas, same thing with you back there. Are you okay with that, Thomas, or not? You want me to, if you want me to write it out, Thomas, you got to tell me now. Thank you, Thomas, for that. Yes.
Oh, I don't understand it.
Okay, so look, it's just 2.4 minus 1.75. You with me? And now we can just subtract, right? Now listen, I'm trying to show you now how you can be better at mental math, because I would never borrow anymore. All right, listen to what I'm trying to show you. From $1.75 to $2 is what? 25 cents. And then I need another what? 40 cents. 40 plus 25, 65 cents. Does that make sense? All right, you good with that? So that's why we got 0.65. You understand what I'm saying on that? I don't like borrowing and stuff. I used to think that was boring. I'd much rather count up as quick as I possibly can. Everybody good on that? All right, now of course if you do it the traditional way, I don't care either. All right? But that I think you should just be able to tell me what the answer is. All right, let's move on. Number 7. Okay, now I put this one there just to make sure that you understand answers could be a what? Fraction, right? So what am I doing to both sides here? Dividing by, yes, specifically -9. Now what you're supposed to see is that just as a fraction. All right? So you say x is equal to -7/9. Anybody have any issues? Anybody have any issues? All right, let's move forward. Number 9. Okay, for those of you guys who had a little problem with the fraction, all right, this is a good little review problem for fractions. What do I have to do first? Tell me, Noah. Add 6. Beautiful. 3/5 x equals 9. Now, for those of you guys who struggled with the fraction before, how do I undo a fraction again? Joseph, tell me. Multiply by the reciprocal. 5 over 3 times 5 over 3. So x equals, what did you get, Joseph? Come on, don't tell me that. Look up on the board and tell me what to do. Read this number. Read this. What is this? What is this symbol? By? What is that? That's it, 15. Diesel, did you see that? You okay with that? Right, because you asked me a question on the previous one. So I'm double checking you, make sure you understand this one.
Yeah.
You understand me now, right? You're good with the fractions? You good? So x equals 15. Who else asked me about the fraction? Are you okay with that? Tell me. Where does the 9 come from? Because we added 6 to both sides, remember? Right? Good question. Come on. Any issues? All right, let's move on. Number 11. Okay, this is the exception. All right, what should I do first this time?
We'll do times 7.
Yes, you multiply by 7 first. Thomas, you still good back there?
Yes.
All right, thank you. Times 7. Times 7. Now, what happens to those two 7s? They do what to each other? They cross out. All right, so I end up with x plus 4 equals negative 21. And from here, I do what? Subtract 4. Thank you. X equals negative 25. All right, we're on 13. I'm just going. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. I really don't want you copying, but I think it's good to check your work. All right, I'm going to walk around the room real quick. I want everybody working on 13. What? How do I get rid of plus 4? How do I undo plus 4? Exactly. Perfect. Minus 4, minus 4. All right, here we go. 13. Let me walk around the room. Let's go. Come on. 13, where are you at? Good job, Phil. Let me see your 13. Let me see your work. Good. Good. Nice and neat. Wow. Good job, Phil. Nice and neat. Come on, Hubble. Neater. Okay? I want you to be neater. Try. Work on that. Neatness is important. Thomas, how are you doing? Yeah, see, you can write neat. Come on, concentrate. 13 is possible to be a fraction. I'm not saying it is. Where's yours at? Okay, let's see what happened on 13. All right, here we go, guys. Let's see how we did on 13. So we subtract 3x, subtract 3x, add 8, add 8. Does that look right, Noah, so far? You sure? Good? Okay. Draw my line underneath it. What's 7x minus 3x? What is that? 4x equals 8 plus 8, 16. So now you should be able to visualize that. That's just x equals what? X equals 4. Good? All right. Yes, sir.
If I decided to like subtract 7x.
Yes, you would be okay with that. You just have an extra negative in there. Remember what I'm trying to tell you. Try to keep the variables positive. It makes life easier. Yes, sir.
So could you add, like, why did you subtract 3x instead of add 3x?
Well, because this 3x right here is a what? Positive.
Oh.
Right? So I have to move it to the other side. When I move to the other side, it becomes negative. Okay? All right. Miss Buchanan, you okay? All right, here we go. Now on this one, this is a proportion. How do we solve proportions? What do we do? What was it? Cross multiply. All right, so let's see what that means. Cross multiply means you're multiplying these two together and you're multiplying these two together. All right, so here we go. 2 parentheses 3x minus 4 equals 2 parentheses x minus 3. Are we okay with that? Now we distribute. Go ahead. 6x minus 8 equals 2x minus 6. Brilliant. Now from there, move the 2x to the left, right? So I'm going to subtract 2x. I'm going to add 8. So it looks like I have 4x is equal to 2. Be careful. What is the answer?
I got X equals
Very good. Not 2. Most people accidentally put 2. But you're going to see, that's why I tell kids sometimes it's easier if you just put that down, you can see the fraction now. The fraction 2/4 reduces to what? 1/2. X equals 1/2. Yosef.
Why do you make it a fraction?
Well, what did you... Oh, stupid thing. What did you want on this? What did you want it to be? I know. Is 4 times 2, 2? You see what I'm saying, right? Because I'm looking at it, right? I'm dividing both by 4. Yosef, can you see now? It's 2 divided by 4 is not 2. It's 1/2. That's guaranteed on the test. All right? Make sure you see that. All right, here we go. 17. All right, now be careful with the negatives here when you distribute. All right? When you distribute the -3 here, and then you distribute the -3 here. Negative 6x plus 15 minus 7 equals 14. Anybody have any issues with that? Yes.
Why did you change this?
What did I change? What?
It was minus
-3 times a positive 2 is -6. And then we say -3 times -5 is positive 15. Say it again. Come on, speak up, Chris.
like you put a okay, so it's like a subtraction sign, right? And then you put an addition.
Okay, so I'm trying to make sure you're hearing me properly now. Listen to this. This -3 times this -5 gives me this positive 15. You see it now? Yep, exactly. So now we combine terms. So when we combine terms, the -7 plus 15. So now I have -6x plus 8 equals 14. Now I subtract 8 from both sides. -6x equals what? 6. So x equals what? -1. Yes, good for you.
So on our test on Thursday, is it going to be like exactly like this?
That's what's the first sentence on there, on this review. All right, there's always 3 or 4 or 5 ERB and SAT questions, always. Outside of that, this is good. All right, let's knock out 19 now. Okay, so of course we have fractions, so I want to double check your fractions. Here we go. So we're going to subtract 1/2 x from both sides, minus 1/2 x, plus 2, plus 2. Now, in order to be able to do 3/4 minus 1/2, I have to get a common denominator. So 1/2 is the same as how many fourths? 2/4. So really, the 1/2 gets changed to, and what's 3/4 minus 2/4? 1/4. 1/4 x is equal to 9. So again, we're doing reciprocals here, correct?
Yeah.
So multiply both sides by 4. So x is equal to 36.
How do you know how to do how do you know how to do instead of multiplying? How there's
Well, it's the reciprocal, right? To undo a fraction, you multiply by the reciprocal. The reciprocal is 4 over 1.
No, but I mean earlier. When you
Are you asking me? So let me look over here. 3/4 minus 1/2. Is that what you're asking me about? That was this part right here. Do you understand that or not? 3/4 minus 1/2 is 1/4.
yeah.
Okay. You sure? Okay, good. Yes, ma'am.
I was wondering if you remember.
No, not right now. Doing the odds tomorrow. I promise you I'll knock it out.
You just start off with the usual.
What are we doing tomorrow?
Yeah.
Your job is to study tonight, finish up the odds. That's what you're doing. Tomorrow, when we come here, I'll be more prepared. We'll knock out the evens.
Where did you get to?
Because I had to get a common denominator. Right? The common denominator would be 2/4, right? 1/2 is the same as 2/4. So 3/4 minus 2/4.
I just like don't understand.
Listen, Grayson, I want to help you, but that's not helping me. Say I just don't understand this problem. I don't understand what that even means.
Like, okay, so like.
So I'm going to go back to the very beginning.
No,
all right.
I get some of it.
But that's what you just told me. You don't get any of
I
it.
just don't get how it all is.
That's not helpful. All right? Come on, kiddo. Let's go. So the first thing I did was I put +2. Are you comfortable with +2? All right? Then I said minus 1/2. Minus 1/2. Are you comfortable with that? So it has nothing to do with not understanding the whole problem. Now I'm asking you, do you understand 3/4 minus 1/2? You can say I don't know how to do fractions if you want.
I do.
So what's 3/4 minus 1/2? Well, you got to get a common denominator, right? So 1/2 is the same as how many fourths? Now, do you know that, or is that just something you're looking at the board?
No,
Okay, so then what's 3/4 minus 2/4? That's 1/4. So 1/4 x equals 9. Then multiply both sides by 4. All right, that's what I'm saying. Listen, you know I'm not giving you a hard time. I need specifics, all right? I want people to tell me I don't know this, I don't know this, I don't know this. All right, Hubble, I'm still working. Now I'm distributing a -3. All right, when I distribute a -3, negative 12x minus 18 equals 8x plus 78. Now, to me personally, I would add 12x to both sides because I want the variable to be positive. So I'd put a plus 12x. And then I would do a minus 78. And so now this is 20x. And this is negative 96. Anybody have any issues with that? Any issues? Now, of course, we just divide both sides by 20. So x is equal to negative 96 divided by 20. But now we have to reduce that fraction. And 4 goes into both of those. All right? So if we divide by 4, we get negative 24 over 5. Thank you very much. All right? Grace, are you still good on this? Yes, ma'am. Good for you.
the other ones don't make
A decimal?
it.
Improper. No. Always leave it as improper, never mixed. When you get to advanced math, we don't do mixed. We never say the answer is 1 and 1/2. All right, always leave it as improper. Good. Go ahead, hurry up. You don't bother me.
When I was doing negative 12, I got 60.
All I'm asking you to do, and that you had me for a year, so you understand this. Look up on the board and see where yours is different. And then say, hey, this is where I'm different. I don't know why. You see what I'm saying? Come on, you know this. You know this. All right? That's what I'm trying to tell Gracie. You have to tell me, same thing with him. You have to tell me where you're not getting it. I'll start over if you want me to. I prefer not. But if you don't know something, I'll pick up wherever you need me to. You good, Thomas? All right, let's check out 23. Again, I'm trying to keep my variable positive. So, hey, Coleman, what? We're up here. Subtracting 2x, subtracting 2x, minus 12, minus 12. Negative 15 equals 5x. Thank you. X equals negative 3. Beautiful. You okay with that completely? Anybody else want to ask me a question on that? Hubble, how are you doing on that one? You know it?
Yeah.
Joseph, you still good? Aiden, you haven't said much. Are you good? All right, let's check out 25. Uh-oh, 25. Proportion. What do I do with proportions again? Cross multiply. So here we go. When we cross multiply, 3 times 3 minus 2x equals 5 times 2x plus 1. Everybody happy with that? What? Okay. Well, let me go ahead and distribute. 9 minus 6x equals 10 plus 10x plus 5. Now, this is the one I was hoping you'd make a mistake on. You make a mistake, all right, because you're not thinking about it. What was the answer?
I got 16x equals 4.
So x equals what?
X equals 4.
Everybody puts that.
Oh, 1/4.
Come on, don't make that mistake. Add 6x. Add 6x. Minus 4. Minus 4. I'm sorry, minus 5. Subtracting 5. Hold on one second. Thank you. 4 equals 16x. What can I help you now?
I got something different. I got negative 2 and how did you?
Well, look up here on the board. Do you see what I did so far? Right, that's why I'm trying to tell everybody, please try to take a look at what I've done. Try to take a look at what I've done and tell me where you're different. All right, did you get this step right here? This is the main thing. Did you get that step?
I forgot to distribute.
Yes, good. That's it. That's how you find your mistakes. I shouldn't have to tell you. You should observe up on the board. Why is that the way it is? And fix your mistake. Grayson, you understand what I'm showing you, right? Okay, come on. I'm not fussing. I'm trying to get you guys to look and observe. What?
Well, when you did plus 6x on both sides, I got 4x.
Well, because it's 10x plus 6x,
Oh.
not 10x minus 6x. All right? So now x is equal to 1/4, not 4. 1/4 because you're dividing both sides by 16. Everybody go with that? All right, here we go. Oh, wow, we did good today. 27, let's do this. 3 consecutive odd integers. So I want you to tell me first would be what? X. Your second number would be what? X plus 2, because we're odd. And our third would be, say it. Good, X plus 4. Then it says the sum. So what do I do with those numbers? What do I do with these numbers? Add them. If I add them, what do I get? 3x plus 6 equals negative 45. Subtract 6. 3x equals negative 51. So x equals negative 17.
Oh, it's 1 plus 2.
see that. All right, now here's where you have to be careful. Negative 17. What will be the next number? Yes, very good. A lot of people actually say 19. And then the final number would be what? Negative 13. All right, everybody good with that? Does that make sense now? Good. Negative 17, negative 15, negative 13. That's the answer. You with me on that? All right, what time's the bell ring today? Okay, so again, does everybody hear what I want you to do, right? I want you to try to finish up the odds. If you can finish up the odds, you have a little bit of extra time, don't be, try some of the evens. All right, I'll try to get everything done tomorrow. So when we get here tomorrow, come in ready to go. All right, so I can just get on it, we can finish everything up, and then our quiz will be on Thursday.
Thank you, Mr. Shaw.
All right, that's a good job for today. Good job.